Sue, are you already getting salty? My clock on my phone and my computer both say 12:30. So, neener. Who do we have? We have 6 people here. Crybaby Chubby Bunny, I'm assuming that is Vivi, right? All right, so for the 6 of you who are here, don't laugh at my user. I knew it was because you love Melanie Martinez. During 12:30, but not at 12:30. I'm very sorry, Sue. Let me find a good emoji for you. Come on, emojis. Not Melanie expired. Who did it? Where'd you get it from? First, like, yo, I'm such a crybaby. Stop stalking your account. It's literally on the chat. How am I going to stalk your account? And you like bunnies? You prefer them fat? Is Daly in here? I need to know if Daly's in here. Oh, somebody left. Probably Daly, once I said that I need him. Who can tell me how to... Hey, Josh. And Pilar, all right. Remember the Chubby Bunny Challenge? It's been popular for years. Topography map contour lines all point here because this is where the stream starts. Oh, snap. Sue, you act like you don't know geology, and here you come with great jokes. Time to squish it all together. All right, we've lost 3 people already. Who's leaving? Is it possible to see, maybe Josh or one of y'all can help me? Is it possible to see who is in the chat? Oh, hi, Jeanette. So if they don't chat, is there any way to see who all is here? No one? Crickets? All right, so Vivi, you're the one who wanted to do this in the first place. I got my geology book here. I got my lab stuff ready to go. What sort of stuff do you have? Applicational geology? I know her. Oh, well, you have to understand enough to be able to make a bad joke, so sell yourself short. All right, we've already lost 4 people. Back down to 6. And nobody knows how to see who all is here. What are all these things? PUBG? What is up, man? Yeah, get your geo stuff. I will help you out with whatever you need. What chapter are you guys on this week? Earthquakes? Ram Meat made it. Poor Ram Meat. She's so lonely, guys. You got to send her lots of messages. Swanee just wanted to Swanee the chat. Swoop in. Make a cameo. Quality's good. How's the mic? I got told in my BC class, they're like, we're going to get you a new mic because this one is trash. Chapter 17 is whack. Let me check it out. Where are we? Earthquakes is 16, right? Mike Krusty. Gonna play some more Animal Crossing. Only out my front window with a sock puppet. Interior and geological processes. Oh, so you get some seismic. Don't touch the mic. Sue, it's basically because I said to. Oh, also, you have 3 weeks, and you guys are great with budgeting time, most of you. Is Pruitt on here so I can make fun of him or not? So what issues do you have with chapter 17? Where are the yucky parts? Where are the whack parts? Because it seems super cool. Did you already ask Sue? I'm sure she's already done it and figured it out. Big dad energy. Yeah, I said so. I honestly didn't count the pages. I was just like, you guys have 3 weeks. Fit 3 chapters in 3 weeks. It'll be fine. You all will do them. If it's due the 14th anyway, I figured half of you would do them like the 13th. So, done with the 17 stuff. You need help, BB? Yeah, you can check out Sue, number 4, in Expanding Your Knowledge. All right, let's go check this out. Does the correlation of a species extinction with a magnetic reversal prove that the reversal caused the extinction? Discuss. Oh, you can't because you're just chatting. I don't know that I like the YouTube stream. I can't talk to anybody. Bruh. Scheduling your time Sue, you're not one of the ones I was worried about. Yeah, we might do Zoom. The district sent out something saying careful doing Zoom with all y'all because of, I was calling them raiders, but my wife, which I think you can see her back there if I move. She says that it's bombing, Zoom bomb, a Zoom bomb, where people jump in, what's up, Leroy, and say and show a lot of inappropriate things. And my Wednesday BC class got Zoom bombed. We got raided, and it was a lot of really inappropriate stuff being shown and said. Vivi says, tell you hi, and she's pretty. You're pretty. Google Suites, we can do that. So we can give that a shot. Maybe for next week. Remneat might need two visits per week. What do you think, Remneat? Or just one is good? BC. Yeah, BC kids. Well, I think somebody said one of the bombers or raiders, boomers, was saying that a certain student had tweeted out the class code. So then a bunch of people came in, and yeah, it was really inappropriate. Remneat wasn't listening. Huh, that's a first. So is one meeting a week enough for you, Remneat? Because I know you need people in life. I want to make sure you get some visits. Also, text and say hi to Ramneet. FaceTime her. So 1 class thing per week, 2. Because we got next week, then we got spring break, and honestly, I don't mind doing one on spring break because I don't even know what day it is most days now. But then we have like a whole month, so we could do 1 a week or 2 a week. After this stuff that we can work on, and I'll go back to number 4, Vivi. 1 is good for you, sweet. I'm probably not going to assign book stuff. I may put out lab packets, and I may assign, like, get you starting to work on your presentation, your final presentation. Because if we only have, what, a 4-day week, 2 full weeks, and then finals, but you guys are going to be out before regular people finals week. So I might start giving you time to do that, and maybe like a simulation or 2 online. So we can kind of finish up. I think we need glaciers. Do we already do glaciers? And then separate you out into groups. So maybe we could do an online group raffle and topic raffle. And so you guys can be working on that in the second half of April, so that, because you guys have a bunch of AP testing going on, you'll be in and out of class. Basically, your school year is almost entirely over, because when we go back, AP and all that will start, and then if the normal scheduling happens. So you guys won't even have a regular schedule when we go back. Eric Miranda wants first pick. Honestly, I will put all your names in a hat and draw them. And then I will write the names, and it'll be like, here, and it would be really funny if I picked you first. So once we get all of the groups separated out that way, then I will put all the topics in a hat and draw topics to match each group. So that's how that works. So everything is entirely random. All AP exams are online. Thank you, Leroy. So you're not taking them together. That's pretty crazy. Is it online at school? How are they doing that? How many per group? Either 3 or 4. If anybody knows, because I don't know how May is going to work. Do you know? Is it going to be during school hours or on your own time? Online from home? Okay. That's interesting. I'm already sketchy about doing exams online anyway, let alone AP. Okay. Well, just keep me posted as you find that out, because I will schedule my May accordingly as far as you guys go. Usually how everything goes is we do Yosemite, sadness. We come back and basically assign final projects, because you guys are in my classroom like a third of the time, and it's just hit or miss who's there. Do a fun Kahoot test. We can do Kahoot. I can put a Kahoot together. That might be fun. But that wouldn't be the test. No, you get to do your. What's up, Emma Skates? You get to do your group presentation, because I like those. And honestly, feedback. This is my 4th year doing this at this school, and usually students, if they're like, I didn't get earthquakes, and then I did the group, the final project, and now I totally get earthquakes. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if this is like a record AP score year. I'll just go break into Yosemite. I'll hike in like over the mountain and go live from there. So 2 exam dates per exam, and it's a 45-minute online FRQ. Havenfeld, go to work. Good to see you. Well, can't really see you. Vaughn's mode. Nice. Stay clean. Don't cough on anyone. All right, so number 4 for expanding your knowledge. Wait, did you say testing or expanding? Let me scroll up. Expanding. Okay, so it is the correlation. So if breaking into if we have magnetic striping. That is what we see on the seafloor, right? So we know that the poles flip regularly and consistently. Well, you can't always guess. It's kind of like, oh, maybe it'll go 400,000 years, and then maybe it'll go 900,000 years, and then maybe it'll go 1.5 million years, and then 200,000 years. And it's not usually that crazy, but it can be. It's just kind of a random sequence of events that ends up messing up. And maybe I'll put a video up to help you out, because there's a decent YouTube video about it. I think it's only like 8 minutes long. And sometimes if like my college classes get stuck, I'll play it for them. So I can put the link for it to kind of show how the magnetic field works and how it might, because they do things like this in a lab, how it might mess up some of the kind of convection flows within the outer core itself. And then it'll reset, and it'll like mess up everything, and then it'll reset. And a lot of times it'll reset back to where it was. It's kind of like a coin flip, and sometimes it'll reset flipped. So once it gets to that point where the currents in there jumble everything up and it has to restart, it'll either face north or south. So it could, roll the dice and hit, or I guess you flip a coin 3, 4, 5 times, and it could all be heads. And if heads is north, then it'll just reset to north. So you could go 1.5, 2 million years, however long, just resetting north every time, and then that one coin flip will flip it south. So that being said, sometimes, we have a lot of birds. We have migratory animals that use the magnetic field to kind of guide how they're moving and how they migrate. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll go extinct. They might go a little nuts. They might not know where to go because they're just following little bits of iron or magnetite in their brains. There can be extinctions. Usually they correlate to, like if they correlate to something like this, the cause, because correlation and causation, obviously you all know, are two different things. So if it says the correlation, does it prove? And I think that's your key word, correlation, prove, no. Causation, we would have to determine that. So it does weaken the magnetic field. It would be bad for us because of like satellites and all of our electronics. It doesn't mean that we would go extinct. So it seems like it would be more of a maybe, and that's about as definitive as you could get. You would definitely need more information. And so the answer, I think, for number 4, does a correlation of a species extinction with a magnetic reversal prove in and of itself that the reversal caused the extinction? Heck to the gnaw. Too much going on to answer it that way. All right, let me go check these because I was in a mode. Breaking into Yosemite. I don't give permission for that. Imagine being a bird about to migrate, then the poles flip and you die. That would be rough. Yeah, you end up down, you're like seeing penguins. Like, wait a sec. This is where I was supposed to lay my eggs. What I put was that correlation does not equal causation. Correct. Extinctions have so many factors and have happened at times without magnetic reversal, so there's no distinct link. I would say there's not necessarily a distinct link. You would need more information to determine that link. Just this question alone would not answer it. See, Sue was always like, I don't know this stuff. Also, let me give an amazing, succinct answer. I mean, come on. Maybe you should stream and I will just like quality check, because you basically know this stuff. They'd adapt and become superior versions of penguins, maybe. Or they would be like penguin food. Sue thinking like an economist. Well, we'll probably all work for her someday. Do the penguins go to the opposite sides? Absolutely. Yes, and we've devolved to penguins are cute. This is bookwork, and I'm cruising right now. Oh, so bookwork is your jam? It's the lab work that gets you? I'll have to make sure to put out some lab work after the 14th. Oh, also, I'm not going to collect these in hard copy on the 14th. Since we're going to be gone, I will I can put a coursework thing in Google Earth, and you guys can just take pictures, or if you have a PDF maker or something like that, and you can submit it that way. Just do it like per chapter. So like chapter 17, if it's like 3 pages, take pictures, put them all in one assignment. Does that sound good? That way I can go through and start giving you some credit and looking through them. And thank you for the likes. Yeah, 2 likes out of 12 of you. That's not bad. So are we going back to school at all? I hope so. Otherwise, this is a really weird 5.5 month summer vacation-ish. And also, I don't have a skateboard. I've been using my son's terrible skateboard that I can't even do tricks on. So, I mean, if I had a skateboard, I wouldn't mind not going back to school because I could, go to the skate park. But I don't know who to talk to about that. Hopefully we go back, because even if we do, it's like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. So then take time off. Put assignments in Google Classroom for each chapter, turn them in as we go. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll set that up today or tomorrow, and then as you guys are finished, you can just snap the pictures or make PDFs. Ideally make PDFs, because I think that's less data. Maybe. You would know more than me, probably. Especially you robot nerds, Eric and Josh. Well, I'm the only one who can talk, Emma. So how am I going to that would be awkward. I'll just... Is that better? Social distancing. Just come leave it like out in my front yard, and I'll spray it down. 104 days of summer vacation. So any more questions that we have? So we addressed how to turn in stuff. I'll set that up. I'll send out an email or some notification I think will come through for Google Classroom anyway. Drop the Addy. I don't even know what that means. We got one question for actual geology. I got to give Emma a hard time, which is fun. I didn't really... No, I'm not dropping the Addy. I'm not telling you where I live. Maybe I will. I don't know. Because a lot of times we like to do like farewell parties in my backyard, like do a little barbecue. And so we might be able to do that. I forgot to bully PUBG. I know, I'm a boomer. So I might give it to you then, but no. There's a skate park near my house. So you know which one, the one on Mount Vernon and Bernard? Yeah. You would know it because, well, PUBG would know it because it's right next to Juvenile Hall. There, how's that, PUBG? You wanted to be roasted. Are you drinking a Bang pub? Plus, if we had like random people come in, they'll, you guys would eventually dox me or something. I wouldn't appreciate that. Trying to keep my low profile geo. Also, I can't believe only 11 people are in here. What the actual heck? Sue be like, and I oop. Not yet. I'll have one later though, Josh. Doxing is illegal. It's just not right. So no more geology questions? You guys just wanted to get on and be roasted. I think that's what it came down to. You guys are like, we need to hear him give Emma and PUBG crap. We'll think of one random question that we don't really need the answer to, and then we can just destroy the chat. Everyone else is lame. They should have showed up. It's been 25 minutes the most. Started at mid 12:30, Sue. You want to be very precise. And we've only had 11 people. Does anyone know where Daly is? He messaged me or emailed me, and it came in through my junk email. He wanted to know when I was putting grades for Lab 15 in. I think I got most of them in. I have some stuff on my desk at school I need to grade. Everyone is sleeping in. It's the afternoon. I know, we don't even know what day it is. Oh, Nessie's here. What's up? Go Saints. Have you been following their signings? Pretty legit. Pretty legit. I'm excited. We should get extra credit for this. Agreed. Just find the right person to talk to. I'm sure you can make that happen. Reminders that Maddox is zooming at 1:30. So hopefully everyone's awake by then. So if anyone talks to Daly, and I'll email him. But just so you guys know, anything that's left on my desk, I'm going to go in a day next week and spend a couple hours and clean up my room and a little bit more and finish any grading that I hadn't done. Can I, oh, Ashley's here. What's up? Can I explain isostasy? Yes. Yeah, I'm actually making a video to drop. I want to do it this weekend or by early next week because we just hit that in my BC class as well. Eric, you don't know. Go back and build a robot, please. Oh, Emma says, hi, your wife. Hi. If you couldn't hear her, she said, hi. All right, isostasy. So you're just talking, explain isostasy just in general. You want like a specific example? Throw me a little bit of guidance. Drew Brees is cool. I hope so. I mean, he just dropped $5 million to help people out who are struggling with the corona. I just hope he can, be decent for another year or two, because I was kind of hoping he might retire rather than like fall off the cliff. But we'll see. So Ashley, you asked me to explain isostasy. Do you have any specific thing you're struggling with, or you just can't wrap your head around the idea of it? Yeah, an example will help. All right. So let's say you're out in the pool and you see that pool floaty sitting very high up in the water. It's all like, I'm gonna go that way. Just floating up there. And even if it's like a little bit below the surface, it has a little bit of more mass, but it's gonna float on that water, right? So it'll sit down a tiny bit in the water. And so that would be where the water hits is your kind of match between different buoyancies, because the water and the floaty have different buoyancies. And so that where the water hits would be your line of equilibrium. So if it's like, here we go. If it's like this and it sits there, then that would be your line of equilibrium where the water is. We did do the lab with the wooden blocks back in the day. So as you go get on it, because it's summer, and you're like, oh yeah, then there's more mass to it, right? So think of the floaty and your body as a single unit, and then it would shift the whole thing down in the water to a certain point, and then that would be your new line of equilibrium. And then when you get off, it'll pop back up. So that's kind of like if you have, a continental crust like North America, and then we have something like an ice age, 20,000 years ago, and then all that ice sits on top, and it'll push everything down, push the line of equilibrium down a little farther. Or like with glaciers up in the Sierra or any mountain range, something like that. And then it all melts. It'll kind of sit back up. But Sue's right. The thing we did with the wood block kind of showed, and we likened it to glaciers, showed that it tends to be a calculable ratio as long as your mass is equivalent. So if the block were to get thicker or taller, but it maintained the same buoyancy, it would maintain a similar ratio the wider it gets. So the larger mass of the same, or the larger volume of the same mass would sit down farther and up higher, but you have the kind of the same ratio above and below. And like Sue was pointing out, we measured and calculated the above and below, and it tended to be similar across, you know, different wood blocks. And it was similar for, like we did the glacier thing where you counted the blocks or the blocks of the grid that covered the glacier, and then you calculated it using that equation, the equation we derived after measuring the wood blocks, and it tended to be like 10% of the iceberg would sit above, 90% would sit below, and then it actually matched up with the blocks that you counted on the grid. Does that kind of help, Ashley? And yeah, we've been working on because this is one of the things I've tried to find good videos for, because it's hard for people to wrap their head around. And they're all terrible. And so we've been working on making a fun video that actually explains it a little bit better. So I'll let you know when that drops, hopefully in the next few days or by this time next week. Hopefully sooner. It's not like we have a ton to do. She's coloring. See? All right. The world must know the truth. All right. Chapter 12, expanding your knowledge, number 3. Wow, guitar. Yeah, that is true. Our 9-year-old asked me to teach her to play electric guitar, so I got it out and let her start fiddling. Glaciers expanding. Is ice within a glacier a mineral? Is a glacier a rock? Yes. Hey, young woman over there, Catherine. Huh? I explained isostasy, and now they want an explanation of isosceles. Do you want to come take over? Think of a mirror. That's what she said. Play the guitar, maybe next time. It's symmetrical, so it's mirror. I know you know that. I know you're just being silly. This is weird though, Josh. You're in a room, like we're in a room, sort of a chat room, and I can't hear you. Yes, like the triangles. All right. So I thought the expanding your knowledge was a real question, but it's just Vivi high-key, low-key making a statement. You can almost hear, Swanee, I thought you had to go. You're just sitting here waiting for that Swanee moment to come in and roast Josh. You're not the boss of my body, PUBG. I'll do what I want. You want to know? Well, what do you say? What say you? Is ice a mineral? And therefore, if ice is a mineral and other rocks are incorporated into a glacier, is it not a rock? Sorry, Sue, it's PJSD, post-Josh stress disorder. I would put yes too. It comes down to, is ice a mineral? Are rocks incorporated in the ice? Therefore, the definition of mineral and rock are both met. Therefore, you have a rock. Pog champs. Ian, I'm going to call you Ian for now, Leroy. Sometimes you remind me of Morty a little bit. You want to see my Pog collection? Minecraft server, I'm down. Post-birth stress disorder. Agreed. I think we all have that. Minecraft that where you mine things to craft with and craft things to mine with? Phoebe, did your dad make that game? I call dibs on the first set of diamonds. They're not even the hardest thing. Apparently obsidian is the hardest thing. Or bedrock, right? Bedrock then obsidian? What say you nerds? Wait, Minecraft server. Good punctuation, Swanee. You need to Swanee into an English class. I get all obsidian. You're not greedy. I feel I'm just facilitating your live chat. You guys probably already muted me, so you could just talk. Hey, watch your mouth, PUBG. Been pretty good, Remneat. How are you? We went for a walk this morning, had a good breakfast, morning coffee. Yeah, got ready for this. Read up on all my geology. Basher messaged your mom. Oh, that reminds me, I need to message Basher. Zach is swannying in on your joke. All right, so no more geology stuff, I'm guessing? Yeah, if you guys want to brush up on your econ, except Vivi, he's coming on in 20, 22, and some percentage of a minutes, Sue. Don't want to be imprecise. Send him more cat socks. Those are pretty legit socks. Cat socks and take a walk. You ran 4 miles? Whew. I walked 4 blocks. Yeah. All right, if there's nothing else, we can probably end this. What do you think? 2 minutes, 20 seconds? Call it an even 40? Or if you guys want to keep chatting, that's fine too. If you have more questions, Vivi's the only one who actually had, Vivi and Ashley, the only ones who actually had questions. We got up to 14 of you, and 8 of you liked it. That's not bad. That's better than a normal class where like 3 of you like it. It's just because you're lonely. Ooh, I'm gonna start playing with emojis. I'm trying to find a penguin. It's terrible. Right, Sue? I'm like a mix. I'm introvert, extrovert. But else, you want to see some? You want to see a real extrovert who's going crazy? There she is. Right over here, we see an extrovert in captivity. Try not to disturb her. She's struggling to maintain. Oh shoot! I got caught. She's struggling to maintain her sanity in this pandemic, where she just wants to go and be social and visit with anybody who will speak with her. So she's on her 4th coloring page of the day. She may snap at any moment. Try and keep your distance. I'm listening to my book. She says she's listening to her book. She got an audiobook. Vacuums. This month has been great for Epic Gamers. Leroy, oh my gosh. All right, let's see what. Bruh moment. All right, where are we? Let me go up. Benioff zones. Answer. That's not how you spell answer. So you guys are. Can you give a brief overview of Benioff zones? No. Sorry, I gotta go. Said 40 minutes. Yeah, why are you yelling at me? Jeez. There, I yelled back. So, well, Benioff zones, that's pretty straightforward. It's like you have a slab going under another slab, like, whoosh, and then this part of the slab going down has like faulting and breaking, and because it wants to be straight, it's like, 5, 6, 8 kilometers thick. It doesn't want to bend. And so as it starts to go under this one, in order to accommodate the bending, you'll have like these breaks and faults and fractures and all that stuff. And so you'll get earthquakes, things like that. Does that cover it? What other details are they talking about that you need to know? Also, what chapter is it? Is it 17 again? I could see it being 16 or 17. Reversals. No. Chapter 16. You wanted to know more? That's just like the basics of how they work, what they are. Oh, here it is. Is that backwards? So it's on page 430 right here. So you have the Benioff zone. So it's kind of bent here. So you'll have these earthquakes here. And then as it starts to go down, it's being smashed down into something that's different buoyancy. It's heating up, so it's expanding, all that good stuff. And so you get these really deep earthquakes. The area where it's folding, that's where you get the more shallow earthquake. That's not really the Benioff zone. That was more kind of an adjustment of the non-subducting plate being stuck on the subducting plate. So it'll fold down like that and then pop back up. Maybe that was too fast. It'll fold down and pop back up like that. But the Benioff zone tends to start, it tends to be like a deep earthquake. It's not something we would normally feel. It's something we could sense, but it wouldn't affect us really. It's kind of too deep for that. So as it bends down, you'll get the earthquakes. And then you just have all sorts of stuff going on. So you have you're basically ramming this slab, this cold, wet slab, into really hot, different buoyancy mantle, and it's working its way down. So you have the thermal expansion, you have all sorts of stuff going on, and then so you have those deep earthquakes on there. Only between continental and ocean crust. I think it's any subducting plate, my understanding. Let me see if it says. It didn't say super fast. I think it's any subducting plate because it has to do with where the plate is situated and what's going on around it, not what plate it is. Oh, and actually, even in the book right here, you have ocean. So it can be ocean, continent. Over here where we have continent, see if you can see it. You have these earthquakes down here are in the Benioff zone as well. So any of these are in the Benioff zone, kind of like from there down. So it doesn't matter. It's just a subducting plate. Eric, are you doing like a Chinese finger cuff thing? Anything else? Ramneet left? Oh. So the folding is very opportune, but not necessarily more opportune. It's kind of like the first big drop on a roller coaster. So, oh, it's the shy meme. So as it starts folding, it'll start to get a little crazy, but that doesn't mean the rest isn't also crazy. It doesn't affect us as much, so it's not technically a natural hazard because it's not hazardous to us. Not TikTok Tuesday. Sorry, bro. All right, anything else before we cut out? I know you all need to go. Most of you need to go except Vivi to go to Maddox's at 1:30, so that gives you 13 minutes. All right, I don't see anything, so I am going to call it. I'll let you know some info when we're coming on again, whether it'll be on this format or we'll try something new. This wasn't bad, but I would like to talk back maybe. But then again, with some of you around, maybe this is good. So, what's monetary policy? Bye, Sue. Bye, Vivi. Go figure out your monetary policy. It is a policy, you're right. All right. Check your emails. Something will be coming your way in the next couple days. You want to wave, baby? Catherine? What? Goodbye. An extrovert devolving into madness over there. It's so sad. Mr. Honorless? Who are you? It doesn't let me click on you. Are you in the Geology Club? All right, I'm shutting down the stream. See you all soon. Bye, Nessie. Have a good nap. Ezekiel? Hey, Ezekiel, if that's you. Go Saints. Bye.